Hey YouTube, Jason here with Day Trading Fearless. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And this is the weekly watch list for December 28th. 2020. I want to wish everybody happy holidays and happy new year, and thank you for always watching my videos. I very truly much appreciate it, and as always, let's jump right into it. But first, I want to talk to you guys about my Patreon portfolio page where I trade stock dividends and options and have stock market educational videos. So make sure you check it out at patreon.com/daytradingfearless. Okay, with that out of the way, so let's talk about, is the stock market crash coming? Okay, you kind of hear everybody, oh my god, the market's gonna fall apart, the market's gonna collapse, it's not keeping up with the economy, all these different things, right? Sometimes we need to tune out the noise and only look at the charts. With that being said, I was kind of right and wrong this past week. I actually said I was actually looking for a bullish market this week, and what happened was we had news Sunday evening about certain stuff happening in Europe, in England, and it kind of affected the market, but then we kind of rallied all the way back up and kind of closed pretty much flat for the week to a little bit up if we kind of look at what really happened. So with all that being said, what do I think is going to happen with the stock market now? Well, the first thing is we first need to redraw our trend lines, okay, which I'm going to do right here, because this is now our new low right here. Okay, so we made the low here, so let's kind of activate this, zoom this out, and we're still in this wedge. The only difference is the wedge became a little wider. We tried to break down, came back up, and we're still trading sideways. We still do have a poor high. We also have a high volume node starting to form up here relative to just all this price action. Poor high here. I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say I believe the market's going to keep going higher for the next week or two. And I know I was bearish a couple weeks ago. That never really happened. We did get some pullbacks a little bit, but nothing crazy. So I'm still going to stick with the bull side going into the end of the year. Next week is only 3.5 days of trading, as New Year's is on January 1st, which will be Friday of next week. So where do I think price could go? I think I'm still watching this 38.25 level up at the 61.8, unless, again, bearing news, things happen. There's the stimulus that might not go through now, the government shutdown. You know, this thing happens every single year right around this time. But just remember, we still have this wedge. So if we do break down, and I would say this is my line in the sand, below the 36, maybe 80 level, I would say watch out down below. I think we will at least retest this 35 level if we do break out of this wedge. So be careful. But if we do start to go back higher, because if you think about it, right, we actually broke up, broke down, broke up, we're now making higher lows. The market is in a bullish phase right now, so we will see what happens. SPY, let's take a look at this real quick. The problem with SPY is we have kind of a weird up move tick here. Price really didn't go all the way up here and all that. So this is going to be a little deceptive, but I would just activate this and bring it down here. And this is what we're looking at on the SPY right here. Same exact thing. If we take out the 36, we'll say the 361 levels. Watch out below. I think we'll keep going lower, maybe come back to this low volume node here on the market profile. So, but yeah, I personally don't think the stock market crash is coming right now. Now, the new year, whole different story, but you'll need to watch my video next week for what I think about what's going to happen in January. Now, let's go look at a couple of the same ones we watch every week. Crude oil, CL. So with crude oil, we kind of have our little gap fill right here. I've been calling this 49.50 level, $50 level on crude oil, touched it this week and then pulled back. And these are the levels we're watching. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But again, I think if the market keeps going higher, I think crude oil will go higher. If the market rolls over, crude oil will roll over too. GLD. Let's look at gold. Gold, I'm actually getting bullish on gold, and this to just kind of give you a hint of what I think may happen in January. I'm actually bullish on gold, and I think if gold could get above this 178 level, I think there might be legs for it, because we were in a downtrend, but now a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, pullback, right? So we are now in a bullish phase, but we still have to break up above this 178 level on gold. So I am kind of bullish on gold. Bitcoin / BTC, this thing's a beast. Look at that, kind of made new highs again this week. Kind of went right up to that 24,206 level, 24,200 level I've been watching. We can now remove this. What's happening with our divergence? Divergence is still intact. So something to be very, very kind of understand. We're making new highs, but the RSI has divergence, which is making a lower high. But again, we're starting to build out profile here. We'll see maybe one more spike up and then a pullback, but we will see what happens on Bitcoin this week. But kind of maybe another week of sideways action to consolidation. Apple. Okay, Apple, I've been calling this dead money for a while, finally is waking up. With that being said, we're at the upper trend line. We will see if we could get above, we'll say 134.50. We might actually go retest the highs of 138.50. So that would be my line in the sand. If we pull back, maybe for a gap fill of the 128, that might get a little bounce to fill in this market profile too. So this past week we sold the hundreds in my Patreon members only portfolio. We sold the puts for a month out, and those puts are looking really, really good. Like I said, we went out to January, sold those puts. So make sure you check out the Patreon page. And then finally, let's take a look at Tesla. Like I said, I try and pick stocks so you guys know that are in play, but also get to know these stocks. If you watch, I'm always looking at the same things, right? But a handful of them, because that's all you really need. We don't need 1,000 stocks on a watch list or anything like that. So these are more just a general market, what's moving the markets, things like that. With Tesla, we have our divergence still. Everything is really intact here. We have what you call it, excess up here. We will see if because we are in a bullish phase on the reverse waterfall, do we roll over, start to fill this, and then maybe even break down? And just remember, there's a gap that needs to be filled right around this 410 level on Tesla. So if we do start to roll over, just always keep that in mind. My other level, major level would be low volume node right here, which was the breakout level. Okay, we'll say about 510. So watch 410 and 510 to the downsides for bounces. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you as always for watching my videos this year. It's been great, and I want to wish you and everybody a happy holidays, happy new year, and make sure you watch my video next week for what I believe will happen with the markets in January and stuff like that. But have a good, safe weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.